Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 5 of the Above Average World League. I'd like to apologize first off. The camera that we usually use isn't available right now, so I'm having to use my phone and at a different angle, having to sit. Sorry about all that. But on the other hand, I would like to also congratulate OVO Bandit on winning the MVP from last week. He had an amazing week, a 1.9 respawn KD, and he really kind of put down the rumors that he wasn't being carried to his wins, and he was just kind of getting tired of that. So a really good performance from him last week to kind of step up and prove that he was the player that he thinks he is. Now this week, him and Air Expert or King Radical are going to be teaming together again for the Radical Bandits, but this time they're going to be going up against Dab Pressure and Pursed FPS for team Mike and Ike. Now we saw in Black Ops 2 that Pursed slayed out one week and had the best respawn KD we've had so far with a 2.5 and shredded Dab Pressure, whereas the week before Dab Pressure was the one shredding and really going off in his series that he played. So I am interested to see how this is going to play out, because we have IW, so we don't really know much about Pursed, but obviously we know a lot about OVO Bandit, Air Expert, and Dab Pressure. So I am going to be interested to see how this plays out, because also looking at these maps, you've got really some longer range maps, and this doesn't really favor the Radical Bandits, because most of the time you do see King Radical pulling out that ERAD or the RPR. He's more of a submachine gun player, and going on these long range maps, that's really not going to favor him that well. That being said, this week's key player matchup is OVO Bandit and Pursed FPS. So looking at those numbers right there, you had that 1.9 respawn KD for OVO Bandit last week, as well as a 1.0 S&D, whereas also for Pursed you see the question mark because we don't know any of his stats for this game. And I think that this matchup is going to play out well, because these two will more than likely be leading their teams through the wins, because last week obviously we saw OVO Bandit really stepping up into that leadership role that some people think he hadn't been leading in so far, and we really saw him step into that, and I think he's just going to carry that over in this week and really lead his team into these wins and just try and carry King Radical through most of these respawns, whereas King Radical may be the one to step up and carry those S&Ds like he has been doing throughout. Whereas Pursed on the other side, we don't know much about him, but we do know that he just has that raw slaying power from Black Ops 2, and I mean, gun ability can just carry over from game to game. So it is going to be interesting to see if that gun power does carry over into IW. He's got Dab Pressure, who can be kind of a hit or miss character on this game, and I am interested to see if he's the one that steps up and leads Dab Pressure through. So your 5 maps for the series are going to be Breakout, Hardpoint, Retaliation, S&D, Precinct Uplink, Retaliation, Hardpoint, and Throwback, S&D. So like I said, looking at these maps, most of them play more towards an assault rifle player, which is what Pursed and Dab Pressure like to do. Whereas on the other side, you've got King Radical and sometimes OVO Bandit, who prefer to pull the submachine guns, and that's just not going to work very well in these maps. They may get it to work eventually, but they're still going to be struggling going up against a K-Bar, or especially in NV4 on maps like Retaliation, where you have to hold very long lines of sight. And with that, I think I'm going to pick Mike and Ike to win this series. Now, I do think it'll go 5 games. I do think this is going to be a very interesting series, because you've got really a good contest going on here. We don't know much about Pursed. We know that he can slay out, and Dab Pressure, who can be kind of hit or miss. Whereas on the other side, we see a rather consistent S&D player in King Radical, and a rather consistent leader in OVO Bandit, who can step up and lead his team through those respawns if he needs to. But I do think it is Mike and Ike that are going to win, because they just have that better ability with the assault rifles in their hands. That being said, it does look like they're loading into that Breakout Hardpoint right now, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, map 1 of the AAWL with Radical Bandits going up against Mike and Ike. We're starting here with Pursed FPS as he's pushing up towards this hill. We've got Breakout Hardpoint, obviously, for our first map, and we're going to have Mike and Ike in the hill first. It's going to be Dab Pressure in there. And no challenge yet from OVO Bandit, although he does. Air Expert is going to challenge as soon as I say that. Bandit's got one underneath. See if he's able to make this play. Secures position and gets the kill. Good kill by Bandit. Good play. And he's not able to pick up the second one. Where's his teammate? Teammate not able to get the second one either. Oh! And then he's dropped. And Pursed cleans up Bandit. So now it is Pursed alone. So with about 10 seconds left on this hill, it's a pretty even matchup so far. Probably going to be around 29 to 15. As it looks like the Radical Bandits are just going to be rotating back to try and play spawns. So that's pressure in the hill already. You got Bandit out on Catwalk. And where is Expert? Expert is all the way in the back, and they don't know until right now, because Bandit has just been cut down. And looks like you got Yep, Persh coming in behind to make that play. So that Pressure's going to slide out now, try and get this kill on... Nope! Bandit able to get the kill with the help of his grenade. He's going to rotate back around mid, because it does look like Pressure is actually able to spawn in the back, so... They may be getting a full 60 out of this hill. Pressure's cut down. Persh is in a gunfight right now, and Expert's able to cut that down. So not a full 60, about a full 45. But they are able to get the scrap time, the Radical Bandits. And that is Bandit going to go ahead and rotate back to this graveyard hill. Now, we did scrim a little bit on this hill over the weekend, and it was in favor of Mike and Ike, but it was a very close contest, that being said. Persh able to cut him down. So just watch out for both teams to kind of know where each other plays, because like I said, we were able to scrim this weekend. He's got one right below him, doesn't realize it. Can Bandit clean this one up? Gets one. Ah, not able to get the second one. That's Persh right there. So both teams fairly even in the slaying department. You've got 5 and 4 and 2 and 4 on Radical Bandits, and 6 and 2 for Persh, which is good for him. He's only on a 2 streak though, so at least he's not close to anything as of right now. But Pressure does pick up the 2-piece to lock down this hill, and right now this is looking like a dominant performance from the side of Mike and Ike. Going into this very last hill, it is almost a 100-point lead. Going to be about 10 seconds off. And it is Persh that's already here, cutting down Bandit on the wall run. And he gets to turn on Expert as well. And he's just going to be locked down this hill. He's now on a 4 streak, getting ever closer to that Trinity rocket. Takes a little while to react. That Pressure gets the kill right there. So it is now a 7 combined death streak for the side of Radical Bandits. And Air Expert, 2 and 6, not performing very well right now. Not the kind of power we've seen him pulling out in other weeks of the AAWL. It's a little shaky on the shots right there. And Pressure's able to pick up that one. So now it is over a 100-point lead with about 20 seconds going into this last sail. And then we're about to go into the second rotation of hills. And really, you've got to be looking for Expert to pick it up. 2 and 7 just isn't going to cut it, especially against the slaying power of Persh FPS, which we've only seen once, but we did see him dominating that Black Ops 2. He's able to pick up the 2-piece, so that's nice. They're going to get just a couple seconds of scrap time, just about 6 seconds, 7 seconds. So going into this second rotation of hills, it is a 130-point lead for the side of Mike and Ike. Bandit able to pick up that one, so he's going to get a little bit of time here. And he has an NV4 with a thermal sight on it. I don't know who was using that, but I did not like that play. He's able to get that kill on Persh. Now 9 and 8 on a 3 streak. He's been giving up this time to Pressure. You see that Persh, a little over halfway to his kinetic, still was not able to get any of his streaks, but he does get the 2-piece to get these last 10 seconds on the hill. And he is forcing the opponent team, Radical Bandits, to spawn way out. And he's not going to get cut down there. Probably should have. But as I said, Air Expert just a little shaky with the shots right now. Maybe not feeling as confident in himself, I don't know. But let's go ahead and go for a listen in with Mike and Ike, as they are getting closer to just finishing this game out here.
There. He's in hill with you. Get in hill, get in hill, get in hill. I spawned out. Get in hill, bro. Get time. We can finish this one off. I got one mid. Orange you. I should.
Oh, lag.
I got joked.
Lag.
It's alright. You can just set up for new. Go new.
Yeah.
Let's both get in the hill. It's time. I got first. Oh shit, here's one. Right here. Kill him, kill him. He's one shot. The other one's in hill, so you got time. You got time.
He pushed out.
Hey, stay up. I'm coming.
Weak,
I'm stay up.
weak.
Gage is weak. Gage is one shot. Or Chris was. I don't know. I don't know what was going on in there.
Fuck.
He's one shot. He's one shot. Come cave. Come cave.
I was throwing an aid. He's on that side. He's on your side. I'm going new. Try mid.
One's mid. Mike is gunning him, dude. That's one wall run to back wall run.
Well, there's one on wall run.
So we ended up doing listening with both teams there, and coming out of it, not really much to tell. It was just normal call-outs, just normal gameplay. But this game is about to close out, and just a dominant performance from the side of Mike and I, 250 to 90, absolutely phenomenal. And you've got really some good slaying power, 18 to 9 from the side of Person. You kind of heard it from Radical there saying Mike is just slaying me. Like, he was doing very good, just hitting his shot, slaying out. So let's go ahead and throw it over to our analyst desk to look at that and see what happened this map. Well, map 1 was a bit of a stomping. The Radical Bandits get 100 point club, 250 to 90 in favor of Mike and I. And you see a pretty good performance out of Purse right there, 18 and 9, putting in some good numbers, kind of carrying his team through there. And you see that, again, the submachine gun just doesn't come into play very well for King Radical. And he starts off 2 and 7, so really gets behind, really starts lacking off from the very beginning. He does pick it up a little bit. He finishes 11 and 16, still not that good of numbers. And like I said, you really just saw a person. He never really got onto a big streak where he could earn score streaks, but he was able to get those kills where he needed to and get those 2 pieces to lock down the hill and get that entry kill. And that's what really mattered, because they got a lot of time off of those, especially on Breakout, where you get a kill and they'll spawn so far out, as it's going to be on most of these maps. So yes, the series is 1-0 in favor of Mike and Ike. Next up, we're going to have Retaliation S&D, so we'll get right into that after this break.